Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Lunch and Learn. My name is Carla Freire, and I'm a program manager at Enterprise Nation. For those of you joining an Enterprise Nation Lunch and Learn for the first time, we're a vibrant community of small businesses and business advisors that exist to shortcut your route to trusted business support. In today's Lunch and Learn, I'm joined by Morrish. She will explain how to make the most of the festive period to increase your search volume, keyword rankings, and sales. This talk will not only look at what businesses should be doing in the run-up to Christmas, but also what to do afterwards as we enter the new year. If you have any questions throughout the webinar, please post them in the chat and we will do our best to answer them at the end of the session. Today's webinar will be recorded and we will send a follow-up email to you with the recording and further resources. That's all from my side, and I will leave Anna the virtual stage now.
Thank you. Yes. Good morning, good afternoon, everybody. So yeah, we've got a lot to cover off today. I'm hopefully going to give you some checklists, essentially, of everything you kind of need to put in place on the run up to Christmas. We've tried to cover both B2B and B2C. I would say a lot of this will probably be more B2C, but there's a lot of little tasters in there for B2B, and obviously those kind of businesses have things that they can follow. So first off, it's really not that far away. Santa's coming. So yeah, it's time to get prepared. So at least you're here. This is a good time if you've not got something in place to start thinking about what to get in place. So we're going to look at some key dates as well for your diary. So yeah, as just been explained, we're going to look at how to kind of plan ahead, to get organized for Christmas, and then how to maximize those sales. But this may also include lead generation for B2B businesses. So there are opportunities to be had for both types of businesses, whether you're service-based or product-based as well. So yeah, this is the ideal time really to start prepping, especially obviously for B2C businesses. This is the biggest time for sales, for actually making some money off of your customers and from a wider audience. That's why we're going to cover these elements today. B2B, the biggest time for new contracts and for reviewing things is January through to May. So now's the time to start building those relationships. So all these different things we're going to talk about today is going to cover that and start getting you into that position. So we start nurturing those leads. So yes, I have over 10 years marketing experience. I run a digital marketing agency. So at the moment, we're talking about Christmas with all of our clients. You've got a handful of clients listed there. But yeah, without further ado, let's get straight into it. So when should you begin prepping? Well, this is probably the first question, obviously, that we should be thinking about. Well, essentially now, if you want to beat the rush, or even prior to now, ideally you want to have a 12-month calendar, kind of created marketing calendar, so we can start prepping from January, essentially. So we can start plotting out the different events that we want to do some marketing activity around and kind of hop on. But the key dates I mentioned for your diary. So obviously at the moment, you may be aware that it's Amazon Prime Day. So there's a lot of people that are already going to start thinking right now about their Christmas shopping. You may already even know people that have either started their Christmas shopping or they've even finished it right now. Okay. So yeah, there's lots of different types of people out there, but there's some key dates. 1st of November is kind of the acceptable time to really start talking about Christmas. So I know we're talking about Christmas today, but this is for kind of marketing efforts to start changing maybe some of the different things, the way that you're talking to your customers and going a bit more festive. So yeah, after Halloween, get that out of the way. 1st of November, let's get started. Let's get some festive marketing activity started. Then we have the 24th of November this year, which some of you may know is Black Friday. Whether you do Black Friday or not, again, that's up to you. That's something that we're going to discuss as well. But yeah, Black Friday is another good date to have in your diary, especially if you are product focused, I'd say more so. And obviously your B2C as well. So you might want to run some offers around there. And there's going to be a lot of people looking for some offers. They'll be comparing you against your competitors as well. So even if you don't necessarily run something this year, have a look at what everyone else is doing and then consider it for your plan for next year. 27th of November, so following on from Black Friday, we have Cyber Monday. Again, lots of good sales happening around this time. And then we also have last orders. So, you know, if you're running a business that is B2C, that you've got products that you're going to be sending out to people in time for Christmas, people want to know when your last orders are going to be sending out. And it's typically around the 16th to 20th of December. And I will share these slides afterwards. And I actually have, I'll be uploading them to something called Slideshow, which I'll show you a link in a moment. Within that, there's some notes here that include a link to various different sites, some that may be similar to you, and it has all of their delivery dates and last order dates as well on there. But yeah, it's also key to know that actually most people by the end of November have finished their Christmas shopping. So you're only going to get the last kind of stragglers, if you like, or the people that aren't necessarily as organised through to December. I'm not going to lie. I sometimes am one of those that's still prepping towards Christmas Eve. But yeah, we need to look at how can we prepare as a business in time to make the most of Christmas and New Year and all the sales and everything else that happen around it. So the first thing to do is start planning now. If you haven't started already, so if you've not gone, started your plan in January and started making some ideas in terms of your sales and offers you want to run, even getting some collateral together and assets, that's fine. Let's start now. It's not a bad time to get started. Start having a look around at what other people are starting to do already. Set your goals. So even if you've left it till the last minute, you can't necessarily expect the same results, but we can start thinking, okay, well, what do we want to achieve out of this? B2C is going to be more sales. Yes, you want an increase in sales. So we need to think, okay, well, if we're starting now, what are we likely to get based on our previous sales history over this time of year, but also the growth that you've had over the year as well, because there's going to be obviously a lot of data, hopefully customer data that you can then obviously go out to. But yeah, think about that. And for B2B as well, it may be that actually you want to get more leads, you want to start building up some relationships, and maybe you want to be starting to think about the amount of proposals that you might be getting out. Yes, they might not sign because it might take a little bit of time, there'll be a lead time on there, but we can start thinking about, okay, what do we actually want to achieve, and therefore what effort do we need to put in to achieve that? So confirm any offers or sales that you're going to have on, and that can be on the run up to Christmas. It may be for Black Friday, for the Cyber Monday, and also for the January sales or Boxing Day sales as well. But get it organised, and also tell everybody within your team, it is a team effort. So we want to make sure that everybody is clear about what's going to be happening, what products going on sale, so that we know what we need to be promoting. And set budgets. Now, when we talk about budgets, this comes down to, things like whether you're going to need support to outsource anything to manage orders, whether it's design work, so to create some assets for you for the marketing that you're going to be doing. It may be also for social media, for ads. So if you're running ads, you're obviously going to need ad spend on top of that. And it may be for some giveaways as well. So if you wanted to build more of a community, and that's one of your goals, and one of your targets to increase your social following, having some giveaways and having a set budget to do that is also a good idea. So have that in mind. Next, we want to review our user experience, UX. So if you haven't been keeping on top of it and you've not been reviewing it from time to time, that's fine. Now is the time to look at it. We're going to put some effort into increasing sales. We're going to be putting some budget behind this. We want to make sure that the user's experience, whenever or wherever they land on that site, is going to be perfect. So they can follow that through from a landing page through to a product to making a purchase or engaging with you in one way or another. Again, it might be newsletter signups if that's another one of your targets. Okay, so start thinking about that. Even get family and friends to just go on your site and have a look at what the experience is like, and maybe purchase just a low-cost item even, just so they can see what that purchase experience is like. And get them to give you feedback and then implement those changes. Off the back of that as well, there may be some changes you want to make, but also consider what landing pages you might want to create. So something specific for Christmas, whether it's offers, or it might be that there's special gifts or products that you want to promote around Christmas. So have a think about all the different types of landing pages you're going to need. So Christmas gifts for mum, Christmas gifts for dad, or Christmas gifts for bike lovers, for example. So you might want to think about how you're going to categorize some of the products on your website, As I say, for B2B, it might be that you're going to have a festive bundle of some description, whether it's a festive service or a freebie that you're going to give away. Have a think again about those specific landing pages that you can target with your social media, with your email marketing, and with any ads that you're going to be running. So obviously all of that is going to also need certain email templates and design elements. So again, we want to make sure that we're being consistent with the messaging and the type of styling and branding that we're showcasing. And then ensure that tracking is all set up. So we've got all of our new pages. We're going to be, we know we've started putting together a plan. We know we're running some ads. We're doing some social media and some specific emails. We need to ensure that tracking is set up. So that includes, Google Analytics, so GA4, make sure all of the conversion elements and goals are set up. Also think about your data, make sure that it's segmented. What you could also do is set up UTM tracking so that you can also understand and follow, all of these users around the web, from your website, and yeah, just make sure that you can see what campaigns are actually working, and therefore, can we repeat this? Do we need to send another email out to that audience? Is it working well? Is it not? But at least then, for future campaigns, what's actually going to work and what budgets basically need to set for next time. And then plot it out, put it on a piece of paper, put it on a spreadsheet, whatever you want to do, whatever works for you. But set that Christmas activity out. So from the 1st of November, or even now, what do you need to be doing on the build-up? So this could include some teasers if you've got new products, or you're going to be doing some sales, advent calendars, people love that. 12 days of Christmas is a huge thing. There might be some ads that you want to run. Again, there might be some teasers there. Then on the run up to Christmas, make sure that obviously people have got their gifts, or they're prepared for the new year. For B2B, it might be that they've got new budgets coming into play in January. So it's a good time to start reviewing their strategy for the coming year. So think about the type of messaging on there as well. And then blogs and guides, new landing pages, email marketing. So you want to be including things that are going to follow you right from now all the way through to the new year. So they're New Year strategies, and bear in mind that people also don't have a lot of money on the B2C front. So any special offers that you can run as well following into the new year to keep your sales going through. But yeah, get that plan put together. And once you've got a bit of a plan, you can relax a little bit and chill and be like, yeah, I've got this. Better than not having a plan. But yeah, how do we then maximize sales? So we know we've got all of that stuff that we need to do. Okay. How do we actually start getting into the festive spirit? Because no one likes a Grinch. Well, give yourself a festive revamp. Really, really simple to do, but you'll probably see from now on the run up to Christmas that people are going to start adding things like what you can see there, Santa's hat to a logo. That might be on the favicon of the website, again, just to enhance that Christmas experience of somebody landing on the website. It might be on your social channels as well, but just give everything a little bit of a festive spruce. The reason to do this, yes, you've got to do it before, and then you've obviously got to change things back afterwards. So it's a little bit of effort, but people are then going to realize, actually, they're getting into the spirit. They're likely to be doing something on the run up to Christmas, and it gets you noticed. So think about, even Halloween coming up. People put pumpkins outside of their home to let people know, we're into Halloween, come to our house and we're going to give you treats. Obviously, the people that don't, you avoid. So think about it that way. If people are going to be seeing your brand, if they want to see that you're getting festive, and then they're likely to get involved in any kind of social and community posting that you're going to do as well. And give yourself or create some festive gift guides. So this content that you can put on your website can be what we call evergreen. So it's useful now, but also in the future. So these gift ideas, they don't have to even be specific for Christmas. So it doesn't have to be Christmas gift ideas for husbands. It can be gift ideas for husbands. But you can also, as I mentioned before, you can go a little bit more specific. So gift ideas for bike lovers, or if your product is coffee, it might be gift ideas for the coffee lover. But try and be as specific as possible with the keywords that you choose. Consider if people are searching for your types of products, what are they likely to be typing into Google? What are they likely to be typing into social media as well? So obviously there's a search bar there. TikTok, for example, people are using it as a search engine. So consider what kind of keywords you're using, what hashtags you're using in your social media posts, but also what content you're going to create on your website. As I say, these can be on your website all year round. That's going to bring in a significant amount of organic traffic. So that's going to support your SEO, not just now, but in the future. So it's an ideal time to get started with that content if you can now. What I'd also recommend as well, not just with gift guides, but update some of your existing product content, make it a little bit more festive. Maybe there's a certain area that you want to promote over Christmas. So again, just give it a bit of a festive spruce, but also make sure that any changes that you make, you might have to just revert some of them if you were going very festive in the new year. And then another good thing. So we've already mentioned about gift ideas for him, for her, husbands, and everything else. But it's all right having landing pages like that. It's all right having gift guides, but we want to guide users essentially to your products or your services. So from those pieces of content, be sure to include links to your products or to other pages that are going to help the user's experience and help them either engage with you or make a purchase. One of the things that you can do as well, once we've obviously got the internal linking in place, is to update the product filtering options. So with a lot of e-commerce sites, you might have jewelry, for example, it might be necklaces. But having a section that's all for Christmas gifts, or it might be for birthday gifts, or even for gifts under £20 or for certain budgets, that can work really, really well, helping the user's experience, also making it easier for them to make a purchase. So do look at that if you can, if you have time as well. So consider what you've got time for. That's the most important thing. And then you can offer gift cards. So gift cards are a really, really great way of enhancing the sales at the checkout point, essentially. So what you can do, there's digital ones that you can get. So there's a company called Tillo, and there's PayPal as well, that you can actually create digital gift cards. So people are going through the whole purchase, they're at the checkout, and you just literally say, a suggested purchase, or people also bought, you may also be interested in a gift card. So it enhances the amount of money that you're then going to be able to take. Makes it easier for the user. Again, they can just add that on. It's quick and easy for them. You may also want to include an offer, whether it's a £5 off the gift card for purchase over £20, £50, £100, whatever that is, that they can then redeem in the new year. So you can keep them coming back as well. We want to keep people coming back. It's not a one-time thing. We want people to do those repeat purchases. You can also create gift bundles. So this works really, really well, again, for people that, they're either panic buying, they don't know what to do, where to go, they want just something really, really simple. Create gift bundles for them, make it simple. So think about the products that you've got, what could you match together? Is there something that you could create? Maybe, package it really nicely as well, get some nice photos, make the images nice and festive. And then again, you're going to increase the kind of average sale that you're going to be getting by creating these gift bundles and making it easy for the user. That's B2C, but it also does work for B2B. So I know obviously we're talking about a lot for kind of B2C at the moment, but it does work for B2B, the lead generation. So this is a digital marketing company that are offering a Christmas bundle. As I mentioned before, bundles are really great, but it's the ideal time right now to start showing you're knowledgeable, you're an industry leader, and you've got a lot of information you're willing to give for free, so that you can bring those people back to you. Start building up that newsletter mailing list, build up that data, and then also you've got a list of prospects after this. So this is including checklists. We've got some templates in there and calendars, but yeah, it's a great way of being able to kind of bring people back and then re-engage with them in the new year. To say, hey, what did you think of the bundle? Did you actually manage to implement anything? So it's a conversation starter as well. And again, you can start targeting ads with this. I mean, this is essentially a page, and it's got a pop-up on here. So again, there's various different things and ways that you can target people once they're on your website. Offer gift wrapping. So yeah, back to B2C. If you can offer gift wrapping, again, some people are terrible at it, and there are so many videos on YouTube of how to actually gift wrap properly and creatively. So offer it as a service, make it easy for people. Again, we're all running out of time, we're all getting busier and busier, so if you can make it easy for people, offer that as a service. Again, you're going to start increasing the amount of, or average sale that you're going to make every time. And you can do this across the site, promote it on your homepage, promote it on the product pages, but also at checkout. If you include that checkbox, make it nice and simple as well. Another thing, adding or creating and setting up Google and Facebook shopping can work very, very well. So obviously you can upload your product feeds, and yeah, people are going to be shopping, they're going to be looking for a lot of products. So that is definitely one to add on to make sure that you're promoting your products as best you possibly can. And provide exclusives via newsletters. So this is B2C or B2B. So whatever you're doing in terms of any kind of promotions or offers, be it for Black Friday, just towards Christmas or in the new year, make sure that any of the offers that you're going to give around this time, or that you've got some that are going to be exclusive to those that are part of the newsletter offering. So this will encourage people to sign up. So you've got their data, so you can start engaging with them, start building up this community. But also, segment that data. And we want to make sure that, yeah, you've got your prospects, but you've also got those that are already customers. So you want to try and encourage that repeat business. It's much cheaper and more cost effective to get repeat business than it is to try and get new customers. And you'll hear that, I'm sure, a lot. So, if we can start trying to get people to spend a little bit more, come back, they're already familiar with you, then why wouldn't they? And yeah, use post stories and reels. So, a lot of people miss a trick by just putting posts out and not doing a story or not doing a reel. Do them all, but don't try and reinvent the wheel. Post similar content, post the same content if you're limited on time. It's important to shout about all of the different things that we've just mentioned: your newsletter, exclusive offers, Google shopping, Facebook shopping, the fact that you're doing gift wrapping, any bundles that you've got, any promotions at all. Make sure you're telling everyone about it. I say you've essentially then you're reusing that content that's already there. So you don't have to reinvent the wheel at all. And Canva also have released a new magic tool recently where you can reformat a lot of the posts. So it goes across multi-channels, essentially. Set up remarketing. So I've already mentioned, bringing customers back to you is cheaper than acquiring new ones because they're already familiar with you, they've purchased from you. But there's already people as well that have been on your site, they know your brand, and then they may have gone elsewhere. They may not be customers yet, but they are familiar with your brand. Adding remarketing is going to bring them back. Again, it is cheaper than just running ads alone. So we do recommend adding remarketing on there. So you can also do it dynamically. So if you've got lots of products and somebody's been looking at this silver necklace that they really love for their mum, you might want to target them again with that particular product, and you can add content on there so it's dynamic and it targets people with specific products. And be charitable. Christmas is a time for giving. So whether you're going to be delivering some gifts to a local community or outreach point, or you're going to be giving some money to a charity of your choice, communicate why you're doing that. Be genuine. Make it a cause that you really do care about, but tell people about it as well, so they feel that by supporting you as a small business, they're also supporting other good causes as well. Okay. Other things that we can also do, there's a lot. Obviously, we've got a whole list of things there, but I mentioned pop-ups briefly. Pop-ups with an offer, again, are a really good way of getting people to engage with your company, whether that's signing up to a newsletter. Again, it's just another way of encouraging that engagement. Website banners, make it festive. Also include a countdown, and you can do that across your website. You can do it on social media as well. If you have the ability to create an exclusive product, so if you are manufacturing your own products, do something for Christmas because it's PR worthy. That's a great way of, if you create something exclusive, create something new, you can tell the local media, industry, press, and national media essentially, and say, hey, look at this thing. And you might want to get some people testing it, maybe send it out to some local freelancers or influencers, I should say, and get their opinions, get them to share it on social media as well to kind of create a bit of a buzz. So yeah, by doing all of that kind of stuff, we're starting to extend our reach, and we're also getting out to a wider audience. We're bringing them back constantly to our website, to our products. So yeah, it's going to help. It's going to help increase those sales. But yeah, there's customers at the end of the day. It all comes down to them, and they are the gift that keeps on giving. So maybe think about, okay, if they're if they're obviously looking at buying us from us again, how can we actually maximize what it is that we're getting out of them? They already trust us, they know us, they like us. So, you know, you want to make sure that you are creating that sales funnel that's going to nurture them, that's delighting them, that they feel that you're investing in them as well, that you're hearing them. So maybe do something like creating a loyalty program. Again, really, really simple to do, especially over Christmas. They feel like they're getting that additional benefit. There's various ways to do that as well. If you're product based, you might have an EPOS system, depending on whether you have a store as well. But think about how you can integrate that with your website and start building on that. And think about referral program. You know, these people, they're coming to you because they like your products, they like you as a business, they believe in your products. So think, okay, well, is there something that they can benefit from? Is there something else that you can do, whether like the gift card that they may get £5 off to spend in the new year? Maybe there's something you can do there. And share user generated content. Again, that shows that you're listening to them. You know, but also there's going to be products, there's going to be photos, especially Christmas. You know, they're unlocking all these gifts, they're unwrapping these things. So, you know, get people to video it, send photos, and maybe they get a benefit from that as well. But it gives you lots of content as well if they tag you. Or you could create a special hashtag that you use over the Christmas and New Year period. And again, I say you could give them some kind of offer, or you could run a competition as well. So think about all the different things that you could potentially do. Obviously, factor that into your budgeting as well. But if you've got user generated content, again, that further extends your reach because they're posting content that's being seen by all their friends and family, their work colleagues as well. But it also saves you time later on thinking, actually, what content do I need to create? They're creating it for you. So it makes your life a lot easier. But it also shows you're trusted, which is really, really good. So yeah, I feel like I crammed a lot into that, but I'm very much open to questions now. As I mentioned, you can download these slides. I will put them, actually I have put them already on SlideShare. So if you click on that link or you write that link down, you can go and download those. It's got loads of notes on there. As I say, it's got some links as well. But yeah, hopefully those checklists and those things are, you know, you can start taking a few elements of those and start implementing them into your own Christmas marketing plan.
Thank you so much, Anna. It has been an amazing presentation. We have some questions, so I will go to them now. The first one is from Karen. She said, have you seen big results when using influencers to promote brands? How to pick an influencer?
It's a difficult one. So with regards to influencers, yeah, you want to make sure that their followers are genuine. There's a big thing about people buying followers. So actually, really, if anything, you want to be looking at how much engagement they're getting, not the likes, but the comments. Comments is really important. And I would recommend going for what we call micro influencers. So they may be local to you, or they're going to be people that have a much smaller following, but an engaged following. They're the people that have more conversations. They come across as really, you know, genuine, and they will give honest reviews of your products and services as well, which is what people then, you know, they're interested in. So that's going to be the better thing for your brand. There are, you know, influencers are all going to have their own terms and conditions. They might want money. They might want free products. There might be a whole host of things, but, you know, if you find one that's, you know, got a decent engagement, you know, might be able to come to some kind of agreement that you do things throughout the year with them as well. But have a look, you know, have a look at some of their previous promotions, if they've done them, see how well they've worked, and maybe even speak to the people that they've worked with, so other products, other brands. But yeah, I say micro influencers and check the posts, the comments, and see if they're also going back to these people as well.
That's very helpful. We have another question from Berta, and it is, do you have any top tips on how to balance Christmas marketing campaigns when businesses have a diverse audience that includes people who don't celebrate Christmas? How can you ensure the inclusivity while still capitalizing on this festive season?
Yeah, it's a difficult one, I think, because Christmas is one of those things that's very much over commercialized. I think you can be festive, and I think it's one of those things that, yes, you might have people that don't follow Christmas, but they might follow other holidays. So make sure you're also promoting and celebrating those with those people at the right times of the year. Christmas is Christmas, but there's also Hanukkah. There's so many different events with even different religions, cultures that you can be promoting throughout the year. So don't just think, oh, I'm only going to follow Christmas, because yeah, that might come across as, hang on, they're only doing this and this is essentially a Christian celebration. What about everyone else? So plot it out in a calendar. That's why if you can put together a 12-month calendar of different events, of different things that you can celebrate, then please, yeah, I'd recommend that. We have got a list actually of different dates. I will be publishing an article about it very soon, of dates that people should be putting in their diary so that they don't exclude anybody. I want to make sure it's as inclusive as possible, but ask people as well, say what send emails out, say what do you like to see, how do you celebrate, and then get ideas from them and start building that community around their thoughts and ideas.
I love that. That's such a great advice. And another question is from Grace. How do you use remarketing? Is there a program or software you recommend?
Sorry, yes. So remarketing you can do on LinkedIn, you can do it on Facebook. It works very well for Facebook for kind of B2C businesses. It does for some B2B as well, but I think you still need to be selective in some of the areas that you're going to market yourself, especially on social media. But yeah, remarketing on Facebook is really, really good. It's so there's various different ways of being able to do it. If you want more information, I'm happy to chat afterwards and kind of give you some information, send you some links. But you would essentially, yeah, you need to have the right targeting in place so that it can follow people across the web. If you haven't got the right things in place, so the code that you need, so you'll need Facebook Pixel, for example, then yeah, it won't work. But you also need the correct audience size. So if you've got only a very small amount of traffic, unfortunately it won't be able to do it. But yeah, I can still give you some information about what things to be looking out, so that as soon as your traffic hits a certain point, cool, we can start remarketing and start bringing those people back.
That's great. And I have put a link to your profile on Enterprise Nation so people can connect with
Perfect.
you there as well. And the last question is, which tracking do you recommend apart from Google Analytics?
So with any types of kind of tracking and checking that everything's okay, we always recommend that you've got Google Analytics 4 set up. Obviously, you need to check all your kind of tracking, your goals, your conversions and events. We've actually got a blog on our website that's all about GA4. It's a full guide, like literally go have a look. It's got it all bite-sized on how to set it up. But also Google Tag Manager and also Google Search Console. That's going to allow you to have a good review of your website and make sure you've got all the tracking stuff set up essentially for Google. Then there's Facebook. There is a Facebook API that you can, that's the best way to track anything from Facebook and Instagram. They kind of work hand in hand. But yeah, the Facebook API is the best thing. If you can't get that implemented, you've got the Facebook Pixel as well. That will also work. And then I also mentioned UTM tracking. So UTM tracking, again, just allows further kind of tracking of other campaigns, not just your social, so even your email marketing, and it will give you more data, more accurate data than just your email marketing platform. The same as obviously you get some people that have certain things set up for tracking on their website, but they're not using Google. Google's going to give you the most accurate data if it's coming from Google search engines. So if you've got all of this information, you can usually marry everything up. Sometimes there might be a discrepancy in the data. If there is, you can usually kind of get to the bottom of it. But yeah, it's a case of having all of these things to be able to actually see what isn't set up correctly, how do I get it set up so it's all marrying. But yeah, all of those things I'd recommend setting up if you can.
Thank you. I have also put a link to your website so people can access to the resources
Perfect.
as well. And that's all the time that we have for now. But thank you so much, Anna, for joining us today and sharing your wisdom with us as well. And thank you to everyone as well. We will be sharing the recording and further resources in a follow-up email this afternoon. Thank you, Anna, again. Bye.
No worries. Thank you. Bye.